Hey legends, welcome back to Always All-Wheel Drive. First video of 2026. Really keen to get stuck into it this year. I come to you from very misty and very overcast Blue Mountains. I can't believe it is only 12 degrees and it is February. I'm roughly 1,000 meters above sea level. And behind me, we've got the rig itself, the big, mighty 4.8 V8 X5. And in today's video, we take you through the Bridle Track. First time I've ever taken the X5 through the track, so I'm really stoked to show you guys a couple of clips. It's not a full video, because I've already got a video of the Bridle Track, but goes to show how well the X5 did. I'm also going to take you through a bit of a run through of the rig because, as you can see, there's some new tires on it, and I've had a lot of comments about what wheels are on it, so I'll take you through that. And stick around to the end, because I want to give you a bit of a sneak preview of the mighty Territory. Yes, the Territory is back. I cannot believe that it is actually back on the road again, and you better believe there's going to be some cool videos between the X5 and the Territory. So stick around to the end. So let's get stuck into the video. Let's go. Was there. Honestly, if we had a bit more camping equipment, I would have camped on that riverbank along the Macquarie River. And it's actually a spot I really want to head back to on the older rig. Right, so for those who are new to the channel, I've noticed I've had a whole bunch of new subscribers. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all the support. And I want to talk about the car a little bit. It is an X5, but it's got the 4.8 V8 motor, not the diesel that everyone seems to always have. And to be frank, with timing chain stretch, timing chain issues, DPF, diesel particulate filters, EGR valves, even spun bearings on the N57 and the later N57s. I think the V8 might be the better option. Controversial opinion, but that's been reliable as hell. And this is my 5th N62, and honestly, they have issues. Yes, they have issues, but won't leave you stranded. So to me, as an off-roader and a tourer, that's what I care about. I don't care if you have issues. I care about, will it leave me stranded? And in my opinion, the V8 will not. The late model N62, I think, is the undersung hero. That vehicle has almost 270,000 kilometers on it. I don't know what that is in miles for my American viewers. I'll pop that down below. But honestly, this has been a fantastically reliable and robust off-roader. I've taken it to Queensland, I've taken it to the snow, I've taken it to a bit of off-roading, Bridle Track, done it with absolute aplomb. Now, of course, the next big thing that I have had a lot of questions on are the wheels themselves. So let's talk a bit about that. Whoa, right, the rain's coming in a little bit. So let's have a quick chat about the wheels I've put on. So most people think that you can only put 18s as a minimum. And for some models, I believe with the larger calipers, you could be right there. I've got the 4.8 V8 and I have fitted a 17/8 wheels on this. What are they? They are dynamic steel rims. Now, most people overseas, I've noticed, use spacers to achieve the distance from the upper control arm because that is the biggest limiting factor of putting larger wheels on, in addition to the brake caliper. Now, to clear the caliper and to clear the upper control arm, instead of using spacers, I actually used offset, 0 offset in the front. That's pretty much as you can get towards the spindle and also before you start hitting the brake caliper. I even tried +10, just it didn't have the clearance. 0 is the best one. These are by Dynamic Rims. Now, this actually wasn't originally the 5.120 PCD. This was actually a different one. I went to a custom house and they actually re-drilled the correct PCD. The center bore is more than the middle one as well, so that's fine. Now, the tires. I'm running a Falken Wildpeak 83W 265 7017. So there's some big boys here. I went the LT model, the light truck model. I've had phenomenal success in Cape York and all around Australia with my Falcons on my other rig, the Ford Territory, and I have nothing but great words to say. So that's why I went the Falcons again. Now, as you can understand, you have to cut out a lot. I mean a lot. The brake vents, pretty much everything in the front, everything in the back, I had to cut out. So if you are looking to fit something like this, just bear in mind you are going to have to do a lot of custom work here, especially if you're not afraid to cut up your vehicle. But this is being built into an off-roader or an overlander, so I've got no issues doing that. So that's what the front looks like. Now let's take a look at the rear. Heading to the rears now, I run the same size 17/8 with the same tires, but the offset is different. I'm actually running a -25 offset here. The reason I did that, a few things. One, I can run 0 at the back, but it just looked a bit more inset. And if you check out a picture here, running my old rims, the rear seems to have a more narrower track, or the body just it comes out a bit more in the rear than the front. Running a -25 offset has the same act of running like a 20mm spacer. So I'm running that offset here, brings it out a bit. And as you can see, it actually makes it look really nice. Even it tucks in under here as well, which is great. These rims came from a different shop. I actually got these from the Tyre Centre in South Australia. They do, I believe, a Commodore and a Falken drift wheels. And that's why this already had the correct PCD. I didn't have to go to a machine shop like I did on the front. I could have run this on the front, but I would have had to get massive fender flares and it would have looked a bit stupid anyway. So that's why I wanted to try and keep the wheels as much as under the fenders as possible. I also run the mud guards as well, just to keep the whole look a bit more stock and a bit more OEM. Now, of course, this wasn't even my idea. My wife pointed it out. Running the original factory BMW logos. Now, for those of you who have seen my Ford Territory, I actually run the genuine Ford Territory center caps on my dynamic rims on that. I just like that real OEM look, and I'm so happy that the caps actually fit into here as well. So it just gives it that little bit of what BMW could have done here, because I really like that actually sits in there. So that's what I've done with the wheels on the front and the rear. I haven't had to cut anything out on the rear. I did have to cut out a bit on the front, and that's what I did with the wheels. The rain's coming a bit, so I might have to wrap this up soon. So now that we've talked about the wheels, what you have to do, what you don't have to do, don't you run spaces, do proper offsets. We're going to talk about the lift. As you can see, it has really given the vehicle a fantastic stance. It makes it look rugged, makes it look tough, makes it look very off-roady. And from a practical experience point of view, it has really helped with the clearance. But what's really interesting is that it doesn't really look that high though, because the wheels actually expand into what was a big gap. Now I closed it out. So that's more or less what I've done with the vehicle. I have fitted bigger tires, steel rims, and a lift kit. That's all I've done with the vehicle right now. Now I do have a couple of things planned. If you remember, I have 2 intakes. That can only mean one thing for the snorkels. So that's going to be exciting. I miss having my 12-volt system. You have no idea how much I miss my 12-volt system from the Ford Territory. I've been very spoiled with that. So that's going to be in a video coming up on how to fit a 12-volt system into the back of your BMW X5. I've also fitted some rain guards because I miss driving with wind. I just like having that. That's just that. So that's more or less what I have done with the BMW X5. I've only owned it since August, and as you can see, from when I first purchased it to now, I've already gone through my third set of wheels and a setup. Now, I'm not going to be lifting it anymore for a while because I've got more other priorities. Need a bull bar, need a rear carrier, things like that to turn it into the ultimate touring rig. So if you want to see how this goes and how the adventure goes, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Really appreciate all the support, and hopefully this year I can pump out a few more videos detailing this, and also a competition with the original rig, Ford Territory. That's right, Ford Territory is back. So I'm going to leave you guys with a bit of a sneak preview of what's coming up with the Ford Territory. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll catch you all next time. So I've hit 1,000 subscribers. I was trying to work out what to do for it. It'll be a fun rock climb.